Alright, I have been away for a few weeks, but I'm happy to be back. And today I'm going to be baking your traditional Jamaican black cake or fruit cake, as you know, whichever way you want to call it, whichever one you want to call it. So I have here 1.5 pounds of sugar, 1.5 pounds of flour, 1.5 pounds of butter, 15 eggs, 2 cups of soaked fruit, and yes, this has been soaking for a year in wine and rum, and I'm telling you, you should smell the aroma. It is potent, so it's going to be very, very good. I have here a tablespoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of browning, a teaspoon of nutmeg and cinnamon, and a tablespoon of baking powder. So this cake is normally baked for very special occasions, like in Christmas or for a wedding. So we are going to have a special occasion in my family this weekend, so I'm baking this cake. So let's get started. So here I am going to put the butter and the sugar in the mixer. Alright, and then I'm going to put it on. Then I'll turn it on and let that cream until it all mix together. Okay folks, this is what it looks like when your butter and sugar is incorporated. See, nice and fluffy. This is what it's supposed to be, right? Nice and fluffy, nothing less than this. So now I'm going to add my eggs one by one, but I can't do that while the mixer is going. So after I'm done adding my eggs, I will come back and show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, so the next thing is to add eggs to this nice creamy butter and sugar. Okay, what it looks like while I'm adding my eggs. I think I've already had it like 4 or 5 eggs. So you see what the texture is looking like? All right, just to give you a quick idea of what's going on. So I'm going to finish and then we'll come back to this. All right, see you in a few. Bye-bye. Here's what it looks like after all the eggs are added. So now I'm going to put my dry ingredients in the flour and then add the flour to this mixture. So here I go with the baking powder, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And I make sure I mix this all together. Smells so good. That nutmeg, I use the real nutmeg. So it is very, very, very great aroma. Okay, so now I incorporate all of those in the flour. So then I put the flour now to this mixture and I slowly add my flour, because again, you don't want to add too much at one time. It will become lumpy or clumpy. So add flour spoon by spoon or 2 spoon by 2 spoon. And let me just give you a little bit of example of how I do it, just like that. Spread it over just like that. And again, I said I'll put the mixer on, but I will turn camera off, as you will not hear. So after I'm finished with my flour, as I said, spoon by spoon, and let it incorporate. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, see you in a few. Okay. So after I added my flour, I just transferred the mixture from the mixing bowl into this container here. So here's what it looked like, and this is the consistency that you need. Can you see? That's a great consistency, and it tastes good, it's flavorful. So now I'm going to add my vanilla. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my fruits and see some wine coming out in it. So there's my fruits right there. And then of course we can't leave out the browning to give it some color. So let me see how dark it gets with this. If not, I have to add some more. So we're going to stir it up. It's coming up, the color is coming up. Okay, so I'm going to continue to incorporate the browning, and I think I may add a little bit more fruit because I like when mine nice and fruity. So during this time, after I'm done with this, I preheat my oven at 350, and I have my pans ready, and then we go bake. So I'm going to add some extra browning and stuff in this, and then maybe another tablespoon or two just to give it a nicer, richer color. So I'll show you everything once I'm done with that, okay? See you in a few. Hey folks, here's your final product. See the color, like chocolate, and see the fruits, see the consistency. My oven is on 350. My pans are greased, so I'm just going to pour it in. Now, if you want to, you can use a cup, a measuring cup to pour, but I'm just going to pour straight from my container. So I'll just give you a sample of one of my pouring. That's my pan right there, and I just pour. See? All right. Perfect. If I want, I can add some more fruits in this one. Okay. So that's ready now to go in the oven. So we're going to bake for about an hour, and then we'll see if it's ready. So I'll show you how I test it, and then we'll show you the finished product. Alrighty, see you in a few. Okay guys, so after 1 hour, here is the finished product. So we're going to test it and have my clean knife, sharp knife, or you can use a toothpick or anything that can go all the way to the bottom. So here I go in the middle. So it's coming up nice and clean. So the cake is ready. Now it's very hot, so at this time I'm going to use about 4 ounces of wine, and you can use any port wine, and I'm going to just pour it all over it. Soaking it all up. Soaking. And traditionally how this is done, we would do this maybe every day for like 3-4 days to make sure it's nice and soaked. So I leave that here for a couple hours or even a day, and then I'm covering, and then the next day I'll come back again and put some more wine and more wine. And for those of you who know, this is like the best cake ever. So I will keep on whining, and then finally we will see the end product. All right. Okay, folks, here we go. This is the finished product, and this has been soaked in wine for another 2 days. So today I'm doing this with some ice cream, and let me tell you, it's absolutely delicious. All right, so go check it out, and guess what? If you think it take too long to make, I make them for Christmas, so you can hit me up. All right, and we can talk some business. All right, have a good one. Bye.